on your mat in mountain pose. So pressing into the four corners, activating the arches so that that medial arch on the inside of your foot, you just want to make sure that the muscles are holding that arch however high your arch normally is in your foot. And then make sure your ears are over your shoulders, shoulders over your hips, hips over your knees. Bring your arms down. Lengthen the spine and drop into your breath, inhaling and exhaling through the nose, allowing the mind to follow the breath so that you think, I breathe in and I breathe out. Just letting the breath be whatever it wants to be or needs to be. And we're going to spend just a few moments on 3 parts yogic breath. So with the 3 parts yogic breath, you want to pull the breath down into the belly. And we know that you're not really breathing in your belly. The respiratory diaphragm is dropping down, and that'll make the belly pooch out just a little bit. So just inhale, drawing the diaphragm down here, and then fill the ribs, and then fill to the collarbone. And then exhale, collarbone, ribs, and belly. And inhaling belly, ribs, and collarbone. Exhaling collarbone, ribs, and belly. And keep going like that, focusing on this slow, lateral breath. Inhale and exhale, like the waves of the ocean. I breathe in and I breathe out. And this 3 parts yogic breath has been shown to bring us into our parasympathetic nervous system, into the rest and digest. And they think that occurs by stimulating the vagus nerve, which is the 10th cranial nerve. It comes out and runs along the side of the neck here and innervates the heart and some of the digestive organs. And then bring your hands to Anjali Mudra at the heart center. And as you inhale, sweep your arms down and up. And exhale back to the heart 2 more times. Inhale. And exhale. And once more. And then bring your hands to the fronts of the legs. Bend the knees and slide down, tipping the pelvis towards the thighs, keeping the back flat and long, and then slide back up. And keep going like this, bending the knees, sliding down, and sliding back up. Go one more time like this. And coming back up. And then step your feet out just a little bit, maybe about shoulder distance. And we're going to do empty raincoat arms. So just start twisting. And let your arms just sort of swing out and pay attention to the twist. You don't want to torque your knees. We're just trying to get a little twist into right here in the navel center. And then start tapping yourself with your hands. And you want to tap like right below the respiratory diaphragm at the lowest rib on the front of the body. And then right above, well, I want to say right above the kidneys, but it's actually right at the lowest rib in the back too. And the tapping will vibrate the tissue. And the idea is to vibrate the tissue and break up any consolidation in the fascia, and to move prana, which is just the name for energy in yoga language. So just tapping and breaking that fascia up that covers all the organs along the stress band in the right underneath that rib cage. And then go ahead and bring that to a close. And just stay here and breathe. And come back to that 3 parts breath. Inhaling, belly, ribs, collarbone. Exhaling, collarbone, ribs, and belly. Doing that a few times. And on your next inhale, just float this arm up. Inhaling, belly, ribs, collarbone. Exhaling, collarbone, ribs, belly. And inhaling, belly, ribs, collarbone. Exhaling, collarbone, ribs, and belly. And keep going like this. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more time, as if the breath is, as if the arm is floating up on the breath, and the arm is floating down on the breath, and the other side. And the next time the right arm comes up, go ahead and hinge over, lengthen both side bodies, and exhale back to center. Inhale the left arm up and over, and exhale back to center. Coming back to the 3 parts breath, belly, ribs, collarbone, collarbone, ribs, belly. Inhaling, belly, ribs, collarbone, exhaling, collarbone, ribs, and belly. One more time, each side. And then come back to that standing position, breathing into the belly, inhaling and exhaling here. And then bring your hands right here and just begin bending and straightening the knees. So keep going like that. So exhale and inhale, and exhale and inhale. And as you bend the knees, pay attention to the knees going out over the second toe, no matter where that second toe is. So if you need to adjust your feet and turn the toes in or out a little bit, do that. And when you bend, let the sits bones come back. So you don't want to tuck your pelvis forward like this. That really hurts the knees. Let the sits bones come back so your weight is evenly distributed over the knees. And then the next time you bend your knees, bring your weight onto your right foot, roll up on the ball of the left, and back through center, and roll up on the ball of the right. So keep going through this, and you really want to roll through those feet so that you feel all the little muscles in the toes and in the ball of the foot and in the ankle. And then go ahead and lift the foot up and then come through center and lift the right foot up and back through center. And you can go as slowly or as quickly as you like here, but if you slow it down, you'll find the body has more time to make 1,000 little course corrections that is necessary for it to balance. And it's okay if for some reason you lift your foot and you lose the balance and you fall out of it. That just doesn't matter at all. You can exhale and inhale, engage the root, lock the belly. Exhale, inhale. And the next time both feet are flat on your yoga mat, stay here and breathe. And we're going to do wood chopper. So lace your fingers together like this. And in wood chopper, you make a sound. It's a sound like this. You go, ha! So if you're someplace where it's safe to do that, you're not going to disturb anybody. You lift your arms up and you bend your knees and you bring your hands down like you're chopping wood and you go, ha! So we'll do it about 8 times and I'll say last one and then we'll stop and breathe. And sometimes it just feels funny and you just want to laugh afterwards. That's perfectly all right. Whatever comes up for you with this practice, that's fine. So inhale the arms up and exhale going, ha, 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 ha. Last one, ha. And then just stand here and notice how your energy feels. Breathe in here. You can come back to that 3-part yogic breath as soon as you're able. And again, lacing the hands together, inhaling the arms up and going, ha, 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 ha. Last one, ha. And coming back to standing. So that particular posture, you can bring your feet in and just rock back and forth. That particular practice is supposed to open up the throat chakra, which gets blocked if we're like in a work environment or something where we can't speak our mind or we can't speak our real truth because it's just not prudent to do so at a given point in time. So I find it real helpful. I really like it. It's just kind of fun to observe the energy that comes out from that. Now, bring your feet about shoulder distance, and we're going to do breath of joy. And breath of joy is just a way of redistributing all that focus energy from wood chopper. We just want to disperse it a little bit. And so inhale and cross your arms, and then exhale, fling the arms down. Inhale, the arms come up, and exhale, the arms come down. So it's inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And you can make little sniffing breaths through your nose if you want, like this. One more. And then just let your arms come to a standstill. And again, notice. And now you might feel the energy like with wood chopper. Maybe you felt the energy here, maybe in the throat and the heart center. You might feel the energy coming up in your head and kind of out a little bit after breath of joy. Or you may feel something entirely different. It's your subjective perception of what you feel in your body energetically, and there's no wrong or right. So we'll do that breath of joy again. So here we go. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Cross, down, up, down. In, out, in, up. Last one, up and down. And just take a few breaths here. Now, go ahead and step your feet out and bring your hands low on your hips. And we're going to twist from side to side in the hips. This time the twist is in the hips. And it doesn't matter how far you twist. You want to lengthen your spine like you're lifting up out of the hip joint and just move from side to side so that you're rotating the leg bone underneath the hip socket in a gentle, smooth way. And then bring that to a close and turn your right toes out so the right leg is facing the short end of the mat and your left toes are facing the long end of the mat, and press into the feet, activate the arches, and then your hip points, if they kind of turn this way towards the short end of the mat, press into the feet and open those hips back this way and engage the muscles to hold this right knee over the second toe. And then bend the right knee and bring your arms to shoulder height coming into warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2. And then lower the arms, straighten the knee. Inhale, bend the knee, the arms come up. And exhale, back to straight. Keep going and take your time. Really move into warrior two slowly and come out of warrior two slowly, noticing how it feels to be in your body in this way. One more time, in and out of the pose. And then the next time you come to warrior two, stay here and breathe. So you want this right knee right over the ankle in line with the second toe, and the arms are straight out. And you can turn your head to look towards the fingers on the right hand and breathe here. And then straighten the leg, lower the arms, and heel toe and step in. And just rock from side to side. And then come into mountain pose and bring your hands right here to Anjali Mudra. And as you inhale, sweep the arms down and up. And as you exhale, bend the knees. The knees come straight forward. The hands come down the midline. The sits bones come back. Inhale as you press back up to straight arms overhead. Exhale your hands to the heart center. Inhale down and up. Exhale into power pose, Utkatasana. Inhale as you press back up. And exhale to the heart. And last time, inhale. And exhale. And inhale up. And exhale. And standing in mountain pose. Now, go ahead and step your feet out. And now turn your left toes out. Let the whole leg follow. And your right toes are facing the long end of the mat. And press into the feet and lengthen. And then see if you can open those hips out a little bit. Bring your arms down. And using the rotator muscles in the left thigh, bend that left knee so the knee comes over the ankle in line with the second toe. And back to straight. Inhaling, bending that left knee. And exhaling back to straight. So keep going. And one more time to straight. And then the next time you come to warrior two, stay here and breathe. And then lower the arms, straighten the knee, heel toe, step in, and rocking from side to side. And coming back to Tadasana, bringing your hands to the heart center. As you inhale, sweep the arms down and up. Exhale, bend the knees, slide the hands down the midline. Inhale as you press back up. And exhale your hands to the heart center. Do that 2 more times. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, coming up, and exhale. And last time. And then standing in mountain pose, breathe in here. And then step your feet out again. Bring your hands right here again. And bend and straighten just a few times here. And then go ahead and bring your weight over your right foot, roll up on the ball of the left, and come back through center. And a few more times like this, just moving from side to side. And now go ahead and start lifting the toes. And lifting the toes. And then you can stay here if you want, but if you want to bring your hands here and bring your foot up to tree pose, you can do that. And then come back through center. And tree pose, and back to center. So the hard part about this is that that knee has to turn out. It has to externally rotate, just like it does in warrior two. So you might be surprised how easy this is. And you can also, if you want to, have a chair right here. And just use the chair. You can bring your hand on the chair, the back of the chair, and use that for balance. You can use a kitchen countertop in your home practice for balance, but just playing with that a little bit. And the next time both feet are flat on the mat, stay here and breathe. And then we're going to make our way down onto our back. So I have to move. My computer. So come with me. Come with me. And I'm going to turn my mat like this, and then just come down onto your back with your knees bent and your feet flat on the floor. And if you don't have a yoga mat, if you're on a carpet and that's comfortable for you, that's perfectly fine. Really like a blanket or a beach towel would be perfectly adequate for this if you wanted something else on the floor. But just come down onto your back and release the back of the head. Let your arms come out. And first of all, just take a few breaths. So inhaling belly, ribs, and collarbone, and exhaling collarbone, ribs, and belly. Taking all the time you need for those full, deep yogic breaths. And then we're just going to do a little leg flow. So bringing the right knee into the chest, flex the foot and press it up to the ceiling. And then bend the right knee and float it down to the mat. And as you inhale, the left knee comes in, flex the foot and reach to the ceiling. And then bend the knee and float the foot down to the mat. So just flowing through this. And try to move with the breath, inhaling as the knee comes in and straightens, exhaling as the knee bends and the foot floats to the floor. Or if you need to breathe a little bit faster, that's fine. Just make sure you're not holding the breath. And the next time your left foot is down on the mat, just stay here and return to the breath, inhaling and exhaling. And just gently rock your knees from side to side. And then bring this rocking to a close and bring your knees into the chest and bring the palms of the hands on top of the kneecaps. We're going to do a pose called Apanasana. So exhale, draw the navel in, hug the knees into the chest. And as you inhale, let the knees come forward. Exhale, hug the knees into the chest. And inhale, the knees come forward. Keep going like that. And the next time your knees are in a neutral position, stay here. And then make big circles with the knees going in one direction, allowing the low back to rock and roll on the floor a little bit, just trying to ease any residual stress you might be holding in your body. And then reverse, going back the other way. And then bring that to a close and lace your fingers over your right shin and then flex both feet and straighten the left leg straight up to the ceiling, reaching through the heel of the foot. And as you exhale, keep that left leg straight and lower it down onto the ground, hugging the right knee into the chest. And when your left leg arrives on the mat, make sure both feet are flexed and you're reaching through that left heel and you're hugging the right knee. Relax the shoulders and the back of the head into the mat. And take some of those slow, deep belly breaths. Bending the left knee into the chest, switch your hands over to the left shin, straighten the right leg straight up to the ceiling, and as you exhale, lower that right leg all the way down to the mat, reaching through the heel, hugging the right knee in, and breathing here, slow, deep breaths. And bend that right knee back up to the chest. Switch your hands over to the right shin. Straighten the left leg and slowly lower that left leg all the way down. And then keep your right hand on your right knee. Bring your left hand down by your left side. Press this left leg towards the mat. Engage the belly. And open the right knee out to the right. Keep this left hip flat on the mat, opening that right knee out. and bring it back to neutral. 2 more times, opening the right knee out to the right and back to neutral. And 1 more time, open to the right. And 1 more time, back to neutral, lacing both hands over the right shin. Bend the left knee in. Switch your hands over to the left side. Straighten the right leg. And as you exhale, slowly lower the right leg down to the mat. Keep the foot flexed. Try to keep that knee straight. Reach, reach, reach. And then hold on to that left knee with your left hand. Take your right hand by your right hip. And as you inhale, open the left knee out to the left side, engaging the belly and pressing this right thigh down towards the mat to hold the back flat on the mat. And bring the knee back to neutral. And opening that left knee to the left. And back to neutral. And 1 more time, open. And 1 more time, back to neutral. Hugging that left knee in. Bending the right knee into the chest. Switching your hands over to the right. Straighten the left leg and slowly lower it all the way down to the mat. So from here, we're going to do a twist. So take your left hand to the outside of the right leg and bring your right hand down by your right hip. And then push that right knee across the body, rolling onto the left hip, twisting at the waist. Try to keep that right shoulder on the mat. And then come back onto your back to that neutral position. And again, coming over onto the left hip, bringing the knee across the body, twisting at the waist, lengthening here. And back onto the back. And 1 more time, twisting over onto that left hip, long spine, nice twist at the waist. And back onto your back, hugging the right knee into the chest. Bending the left knee up, switching your hands to the left shin, straighten the right leg, lower that right leg all the way down to the mat. Taking your right hand to the outside of the left knee and your left hand down by your side, rolling onto the right hip, twisting at the waist, bringing that knee across the body, and twisting back onto your back. And again, bringing the knee across the body, rolling onto the right side, twisting at the waist here. And back onto the back. And 1 more time. Coming onto the right side. And coming back onto your back and hugging the left knee into the chest. And then go ahead and bend the right knee and just hug your knees in and rock from side to side. Take a few slow, deep breaths and notice if you were holding your breath. And just breathe belly, ribs, collarbone on the inhale and collarbone, ribs, belly on the exhale. And then bring this rocking to a close, lower 1 foot and then the other. Bring your right knee into the chest and flex the foot and press it up to the ceiling. And I'll bring my leg down here so you can see you're just going to point and flex that foot. But it's up here, you're just pointing and flexing the toes. Again, getting into those little muscles in the feet that are so important for balance. And then flex the foot, reach to the heel and make big ankle circles. So I'll bring my foot down here again, big ankle circles, and really take your time with these circles. getting into all the little muscles and bones and the connective tissue. And then reverse those circles. Go back the other way. And then bring that to a close and flex the foot strongly. So you're drawing your toes towards your head this way and then reaching out towards the heel that way. And you'll feel a stretch on the back of the leg. And you're breathing. And then bend the knee into the chest and lower the foot and just take a few breaths. And then bring the left knee in, flex the foot, press it up to the ceiling, reaching through the heel, point and flex the toes. So again, it's point and flex, just like that. And then go ahead and flex the foot, reach through the heel and start those big ankle circles going in one direction. And when you're ready, you can reverse those circles going back the other way. And then just flex the foot, reach through the heel, breathe here. And bend that left knee into the chest and lower it down. And gently rock your knees from side to side. So when you're rocking your knees, you're barely moving them from side to side. Like if you had the face of a clock here, you'd be moving your knees like from 2 to 10 maybe. What you don't want to do is whip the back and cause the muscles to engage. We're trying to get them to release. And then whenever you're ready, we'll come into Shavasana. So bringing this rocking to a close, straightening one leg and then the other. You want your feet about shoulder distance apart. And if your low back is a little bit achy, you'll want to get a bolster or a blanket and put underneath your thighs right here. That'll tip the pelvis forward and release that low back. And just drop into your breath, inhaling and exhaling. I breathe in, I breathe out. And I'll just remind everybody that Shavasana is the most important part of the practice. It's where everything comes together, where you digest the mind-body connection.